Hey guys, today I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about smart gun technology. Smart gun technology is the latest rage. Everyone's talking about smart guns, specifically those who generally don't like guns. The first thing that comes to mind is, why would someone who generally does not like guns try to sell any type of gun, especially a smart gun? And there was a lot of talk in the news recently. A German-made .22 was sold out in California with a watch for a transponder, and you have to be within, I think it's 10 or 15 inches of the watch in order for the gun to function. And there's a law like that on the books in New Jersey. It's been on the books since 2002. It was sponsored by Loretta Weinberg, who's the current majority leader in the New Jersey State Senate. And she actually just came out recently saying that she would retract the law. And the law on the books right now says that as soon as smart gun technology becomes available to the general public, you have 3 years to stop selling any non-smart guns. And this is a law that really affects the stores technically, but it then goes on to affect all consumers, because you won't be able to buy any non-smart gun technology. And just recently she came out saying that she would have no problem repealing that law. And just as recently as last year, I've heard her bragging about how she passed the law, and as soon as the technology is going to be available, she's going to be the first one to go bragging about how smart gun technologies are the only guns left available in New Jersey. And it makes you wonder what happened between last year when she's bragging about it and this year when she says, oh, you know what, I'll repeal the law. And the only explanation I can come up with is real simple. First things first. Anyone can tell you, and especially the anti-gunners, always talk about how 75 to 80% of the guns used in crime in New Jersey do not come from New Jersey. They come from out of state. Pennsylvania, Virginia, the Carolinas, Georgia, etc. They come up Route 95. They call it the Iron Pipeline. It's a name that they've given to Route 95 for all the guns that come up into New Jersey. So the question is, if all the criminals are getting guns from outside New Jersey, how does making a smart gun law in New Jersey stop that? But the question is, does Loretta Weinberg care? Of course she doesn't care. She doesn't care when she makes these mag limits. We know the criminals aren't getting their magazines inside New Jersey any more than they're getting their guns inside New Jersey. So why would she get rid of this law? And the only explanation that I can come up with is actually real simple. What happened was, when they first introduced this German .22 out in California, we found a very negative reaction amongst the gun-owning community. And they said, we don't want this gun. It's not good. We have laws forcing everyone to buy this gun. And the guy basically who was selling the gun had to take it off of his shelves. And that makes me think, Loretta Weinberg, who champions the fact that she passed this law even before the technology was available, so that as soon as the technology becomes available, it's the only thing left, is now saying she's willing to get rid of the law. And my theory on this is basically, now that she sees that because laws like this are on the books in New Jersey, in California, I don't know what other states have them, I'm sure there's at least a couple, the gun manufacturers as a whole, as a group, are not making these smart guns. So what she's probably thinking is, as long as these laws are on the books, they're not going to make these guns. So let's take the laws off the books, so that way there's no pressure if they make the guns. Then the market will demand that they'll make the guns, and as soon as the guns are out and they're on the market, because, hey, there's no law saying it's the only gun that's allowed, so why not make it? We can put the law back onto the books and make it the only gun available. And we know it doesn't stop crime, because 75-80% of the guns that come from that are used in crime come from out of New Jersey. And we know it's not going to stop kids, because let's be honest about it, if a parent is stupid enough to leave a loaded gun where a kid can get it, a parent is not going to be smart enough to leave the watch anywhere outside of 2 inches away from the gun. So the question becomes, what is the goal of this smart gun technology in the first place? Or I should say, the laws backing the smart gun technology. And the answer is simple. They want to make it harder for people like you and me to be able to buy guns. It's going to be more expensive. It's the only .22 in the world that's not a match-grade Volquartsen that costs $2,000. It's going to eliminate all other guns from the market, which is going to give them a monopoly, which is going to make them even more expensive. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to limit your options so much that It's just going to be one more thing, one more onerous thing to make it harder for you. You know, it's going to be a schlep. Right now, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. You want to buy an AR-15, you got to get somebody to pin the muzzle brake on. You got to get somebody to pin the collapsible stock. Now you got to get smart gun technology involved. You know, it's just going to be one more thing after another to make it harder and harder and more annoying for you, the civilian, to own a gun within the state of New Jersey. And that's really their ultimate goal, is they want to make it impossible for you to own a gun. I hope you liked my video. Please click like, please click subscribe, and leave in the comments if you'd like me to discuss anything in particular. Thanks a lot. See you later.